In the dusty corners of history where myths intertwine with ancient truths, there exists a fascinating narrative that spans cultures and epochs. Among the most intriguing figures in this narrative are the Nephilim, mysterious beings referenced in biblical texts. These enigmatic figures are described as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men in the Book of Genesis. But what does this really mean? Are they merely metaphorical constructs, or did they represent something tangible in our past? As we dive deeper, we begin to question not just their existence, but also the knowledge held by institutions like the Church regarding these beings. In 2019, Pope Francis, a figure known for his grounded approach to faith in the modern world, made a statement that reignited interest in the Nephilim. He suggested that the Church acknowledges the existence of such beings, casting a spotlight on a topic that many would prefer to leave shrouded in mystery. This assertion raises critical questions. What does the Church truly know about the Nephilim? Why might it be reluctant to share this knowledge? And what implications does this have for our understanding of faith, history, and humanity itself? As we embark on this investigative journey, we will explore the ancient texts that mention the Nephilim, scrutinize the historical interpretations that have shaped our understanding, and analyze the physical evidence that may suggest a reality beyond mere myth. We will delve into three key aspects: the biblical references to the Nephilim, the Church's historical perspective on these beings, and the implications of Pope Francis's confirmation of their existence. To begin, let's acknowledge that the term Nephilim has sparked numerous interpretations throughout history. Some see them as giants, others as fallen angels, and some even as a metaphor for human transgression. Each interpretation carries its own weight and significance, adding layers to our understanding of these ancient narratives. Yet, as we peel back the layers, we must ask ourselves, why have these interpretations persisted? If the Nephilim were merely mythical, why do they continue to captivate our imaginations and provoke scholarly debate? The ambiguity surrounding the Nephilim is not just a theological issue, it touches on the very foundations of human belief. The Church, a custodian of historical and spiritual knowledge, must grapple with the implications of its teachings. If it acknowledges the Nephilim as real beings, how does that affect its doctrines and the faith of millions? This question leads us to consider the broader implications of Pope Francis's statements. Are they an attempt to reconcile ancient truths with modern understanding, or are they a call to explore the unexplained aspects of our world more deeply? As we progress through this narrative, consider the archaeological findings that may lend credence to the existence of the Nephilim. Structures and artifacts bearing witness to advanced engineering and construction techniques challenge conventional historical narratives. Could these be remnants of a civilization that interacted with the Nephilim, or even evidence of their existence? If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. Now, let's delve deeper into the ancient texts that reference the Nephilim. The Book of Genesis provides the most recognized account, but it is not the only source. Other texts, such as the Book of Enoch, offer additional insights, albeit with varying interpretations. These writings hint at a complex relationship between the divine and human realms, a relationship that raises more questions than it answers. Moving beyond the texts, we must also consider the cultural significance of the Nephilim across different societies. Their stories echo in various forms throughout history, from Babylonian myths to Greek legends. This widespread motif suggests a universal attempt to understand the nature of humanity, divinity, and the boundaries that separate them. If these stories are rooted in ancient truths, what does that mean for our current understanding of history and spirituality? As we weave through these themes, it's essential to recognize the contradictions inherent in interpreting the Nephilim. If they are merely allegorical figures, what purpose do they serve in the biblical narrative? Conversely, if they are literal beings, how do we reconcile their existence with the broader context of human history? Each line of inquiry leads us to a deeper exploration of faith, knowledge, and the mysteries that lie at the intersection of the two. In the coming sections, we will delve into the archaeological evidence and explore the engineering challenges posed by ancient constructions that some believe may be linked to the Nephilim. We will examine the tensions between established beliefs and emerging theories, encouraging you to ponder the questions that arise from these investigations. As we prepare to transition into a deeper exploration of these topics, let's remember the complexity of this narrative. The Nephilim are not merely relics of ancient texts. They represent the enduring human quest for understanding. While we may not have all the answers, the journey of discovery is what keeps the spirit of inquiry alive. The investigation into the Nephilim and the Church's connection to their narrative is far from over. Stay with us as we uncover the layers of history, belief, and evidence that shape our understanding of these ancient beings. What truths lie beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed? What knowledge does the Church possess that could redefine our grasp of reality? The answers may be closer than we think, and together we will seek to uncover them. The exploration of the Nephilim takes us into a realm of ancient mysteries and theological debates that have persisted for centuries. Today, we will focus on what the Church has known about these enigmatic beings, how they are interpreted in scriptural texts, and the implications of Pope Francis's statements regarding their existence. This inquiry is not just a matter of religious curiosity. It touches on the foundations of belief systems and the historical narratives that shape them. We will investigate three key aspects. First, the historical perspective of the Church on the Nephilim, providing context that has often been overlooked. Second, we will delve into the evidence presented in ancient texts, particularly the Book of Genesis and the Book of Enoch, that reference the Nephilim and their origins. Lastly, we will consider the implications of the Pope's remarks, evaluating how they relate to our understanding of these beings and what that might mean for the contemporary Church's doctrines. As we begin this journey, several questions remain open. What exactly did Pope Francis mean when he acknowledged the existence of the Nephilim? How do the interpretations of ancient texts differ among scholars and theologians? And what implications do these interpretations have on our modern understanding of spirituality and history? Understanding the Nephilim requires us to look at the historical context in which they are mentioned. The term itself appears in the Book of Genesis, specifically in Genesis 6, 1-4, where it describes the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. This passage has given rise to various interpretations. Some view the Nephilim as giants, others as fallen angels, and some as a metaphor for human transgression. Each interpretation carries its own weight and significance, leading to a deeper inquiry into why these beings have captivated the imagination of so many throughout history. The historical perspective of the Church has evolved over time. Initially, references to the Nephilim were often minimized or interpreted allegorically, suggesting that they represent humanity's moral failings rather than actual beings. However, the acknowledgement of their existence by a modern pontiff like Pope Francis raises questions about the Church's stance on biblical literalism. Is there a shift occurring in how the Church views the texts that describe these beings? Are we on the brink of a broader theological discussion that could redefine long-held beliefs? Moving beyond mere theological discourse, it is essential to scrutinize the ancient texts that reference the Nephilim. The Book of Genesis, while foundational, is not the only source. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text that expands on the Genesis account, presents a more detailed narrative concerning these beings. It describes them in vivid detail, painting a picture of a race of giants who interacted with humanity in profound and often troubling ways. This text, although not included in the canonical Bible, offers valuable insights that challenge conventional interpretations. It's fascinating to note that the Book of Enoch describes these beings as not only physically imposing, but also possessing knowledge and abilities that surpassed those of ordinary humans. This portrayal raises important questions. If the Nephilim were indeed real, what were the ramifications of their existence? How did their actions influence the culture and beliefs of the people who lived during that time? The narratives surrounding them suggest a complex interplay between the divine and human realms, blurring the lines between myth and reality. As we explore the implications of Pope Francis's statements, we must consider how they resonate with contemporary beliefs about the supernatural and the unknown. When he acknowledged the Nephilim's existence, did he intend to validate the concerns of those who believe in a hidden history that the Church has yet to fully reveal? Or was it a call to revisit the ancient texts with a modern perspective, encouraging believers to engage with their faith more critically? This inquiry also opens the door to discussing how the Church recognizes and interprets ancient texts. The Church has a long history of theological debate regarding scriptural interpretation. The Nephilim challenge us to confront our understanding of these texts and how they relate to our beliefs today. If the Nephilim are accepted as more than just myth, what does that mean for the narratives we accept as history? Furthermore, the existence of the Nephilim has implications for discussions about spirituality and the nature of humanity. The stories of these beings resonate with themes of power, morality, and the consequences of transgression. They force us to consider how our beliefs shape our perception of the world and our place within it. If these beings did exist, what does that say about the nature of humanity itself? Are we, too, capable of greatness and downfall in equal measure? As we delve deeper into the historical context and textual interpretations, it becomes clear that the Nephilim are not merely ancient curiosities. They represent enduring questions about the nature of existence, morality, and the divine. By exploring these themes, we begin to unravel the complexities of faith and the historical narratives that have shaped it. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. In the next part of our exploration, we will examine the archaeological evidence and how it aligns, or conflicts, with the narratives found in ancient texts. We will look at structures and artifacts that some believe may be linked to the Nephilim and the implications of these findings for our understanding of history. The questions surrounding the Nephilim continue to provoke thoughtful discussion and debate. As we investigate further, we will re-examine the evidence and ask ourselves, what truths lie beneath the surface of these ancient stories? How does the acknowledgement of the Nephilim influence our understanding of the past, and what might it reveal about our future? Stay with us as we unravel the layers of history, belief, and evidence that shape our understanding of the Nephilim. Our journey through these ancient narratives and their implications is only just beginning. What will we uncover as we dig deeper into the connections between the Church, the Nephilim, and our understanding of history? The answers may surprise you. The investigation into the Nephilim leads us to explore the depths of ancient texts, where interpretations often diverge and the lines between myth and reality blur. The Book of Genesis stands as a cornerstone in this inquiry, specifically Genesis 6, 1-4, which mentions the sons of God and the Nephilim. However, to gain a more nuanced understanding, we must look beyond the canonical texts to works like the Book of Enoch, an influential yet non-canonical scripture that enriches our perspective on these enigmatic beings. The Book of Enoch goes into greater detail about the Nephilim than Genesis, describing them as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. This text presents a vivid narrative that paints the Nephilim as giants with extraordinary abilities, raising critical questions about their nature and impact on humanity. The descriptions found in these ancient writings evoke intrigue and provoke thought. Were the Nephilim merely mythological figures, or did they represent a real historical phenomenon? The implications of recognizing the Nephilim as more than mere allegory are profound. If we accept that they were physical beings, what does this mean for our understanding of biblical history and the intertwining of the divine with the human? As we consider the context of these texts, it becomes evident that they were written during a time when the boundaries between the sacred and the ordinary were often indistinct. This perspective invites us to reconsider how we engage with these ancient narratives and the messages they convey. In examining the various interpretations of the Nephilim, we encounter contradictions that serve to deepen the mystery. Some scholars argue that the Nephilim should be viewed through a purely metaphorical lens, representing the moral failings of humanity or the chaos that ensues when divine order is disrupted. Others contend that these interpretations fail to account for the physical descriptions and actions attributed to the Nephilim in the texts. If they are merely allegories, then why do they possess specific traits such as immense size and power? Conversely, if they are indeed literal beings, how do we reconcile their existence with contemporary understandings of history and mythology? The tension between these interpretations prompts us to ask further questions. How do these ancient accounts align with archaeological discoveries? Are there physical remnants that corroborate the narratives found in Scripture? The investigation into these parallels offers a fascinating lens through which we can view the Nephilim saga. As we journey deeper into our exploration, it's essential to consider how the Church has historically interpreted these texts. The Church has played a pivotal role in shaping the theological landscape, often framing discussions around ancient texts within the bounds of orthodoxy. Yet, the acknowledgement of the Nephilim's existence by Pope Francis invites us to challenge these traditional narratives. It raises the possibility that the Church may hold insights about these beings that have not been fully articulated in mainstream discourse. The Nephilim compel us to confront our understanding of humanity and divinity. Their stories echo themes of power, morality, and the consequences of transgression, inviting us to reflect on our own capacities for greatness and failure. If these beings had existed, what lessons could we draw from their narratives? How might they inform our understanding of humanity's relationship with the divine? As we dissect the layers of meaning inherent in these texts, it becomes clear that the Nephilim represent more than just ancient curiosities. They symbolize enduring questions about existence, morality, and the divine. Exploring these themes allows us to unravel the complexities of faith and the historical narratives that have shaped it. If you find this investigation intriguing, don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of ancient texts and their implications for our understanding of history. As we move forward, we will delve into the archaeological evidence that may shed light on the reality of the Nephilim and their connection to human history. The questions surrounding the Nephilim continue to stimulate thoughtful discussion and debate. As we further investigate, we will re-examine the evidence and ask ourselves, what truths lie beneath the surface of these ancient stories? How does acknowledging the Nephilim influence our understanding of the past, and what might it reveal about our future? Stay with us as we peel back the layers of history, belief, and evidence that shape our understanding of the Nephilim. Our journey through these ancient narratives and their implications is only just beginning. What will we uncover as we dig deeper into the connections between the Church, the Nephilim, and our understanding of history? The answers may surprise you, as they often lead to more questions and deeper inquiries into our collective past. The exploration of the Nephilim challenges us to think critically about our beliefs and the narratives we accept as truth. As we continue our investigation, we invite you to consider the broader implications of these ancient accounts and their relevance in our contemporary world. The interplay between faith, history, and ancient scriptural interpretations remains a rich field for exploration, one that promises to yield insights into the nature of humanity and our place in the cosmos. As we prepare to transition into our next segment, let us reflect on the interconnections between the ancient texts, the archaeological evidence that may corroborate them, and the implications for our understanding of the Church's role in interpreting these complex narratives. The Nephilim, whether myth or memory, compel us to engage with our history and beliefs in a meaningful way. The exploration continues, and the questions deepen, leading us to new understandings of our past and the legacies that shape our present. As we delve into the realm of the Nephilim, the focus shifts to physical evidence that could provide insights into their existence. This exploration is not just about ancient stories. It's about examining the tangible remnants of a time that some say may have been marked by these legendary beings. The question we must ask ourselves is, what do archaeological findings reveal about the Nephilim, and how do these discoveries shape our understanding of history? To begin, let's consider the various references in the ancient texts that speak of the Nephilim. The Book of Genesis mentions them briefly, describing them as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. This brief statement has sparked heated debates among theologians, historians, and archaeologists alike. If such beings existed, then surely there must be remnants of their existence or evidence of their influence on human civilization. One of the most intriguing aspects of this investigation involves archaeological sites that have been linked, at least peripherally, to the lore surrounding the Nephilim. For instance, structures like the megalithic site of Baalbek in Lebanon present challenges to conventional understanding. These enormous stones, some weighing over 1,000 tons, are precisely cut and fitted together in ways that defy easy explanation. How were these massive blocks transported and assembled with the tools available at that time? And the engineering required for such feats raises eyebrows, suggesting a level of sophistication that might align with the capabilities attributed to the Nephilim. Furthermore, the technology and methods purportedly used in these constructions lead us to question the narratives we have been taught. Conventional archaeology often attributes these achievements to human ingenuity alone, but the sheer scale and precision of such structures prompt us to reconsider. Was there assistance from beings of extraordinary stature and ability? Could these constructions be echoes of a long-lost civilization that had knowledge far beyond what we possess today? As we examine the architecture of ancient sites, we also need to acknowledge the cultural significance of these locations. Many of them were not only centers of worship, but also hubs of power and influence. The alignment of structures, the use of specific materials, and the geographic locations of these sites all hint at deeper connections to the Nephilim narrative. They may serve as markers of a history that intertwines humanity with entities that were larger than life. The engineering feats in places like Baalbek and similar sites across the globe invoke comparisons to the biblical accounts of giants. The logistical challenges that would have faced ancient builders, transporting immense stones across rugged terrain, lifting them into place without modern machinery, suggest a level of organization and knowledge that is remarkable. This opens the door to the question, were these capabilities a result of divine or supernatural assistance, as some interpretations of the Nephilim suggest? To further investigate this possibility, we must also consider the various artifacts that have been uncovered in these areas. Ancient tools, pottery, and inscriptions may provide clues that connect these structures to the narratives surrounding the Nephilim. The archaeological record is often fragmented, with pieces of the past scattered across time and space. However, when pieced together, they could potentially paint a picture that aligns with the biblical accounts. Interestingly, some researchers propose that specific megalithic structures were built to honor or perhaps contain the influence of the Nephilim. For instance, the enormous ziggurats in Mesopotamia were not only architectural marvels, but also served as religious centers. They were considered as bridges between the heavens and the earth, where the divine could interact with humanity. This concept resonates with the idea that the Nephilim, as beings of a higher order, had a role in shaping these ancient civilizations. The implications of these findings stretch far beyond mere curiosity. If there is validity to the idea that the Nephilim were not purely mythical, but rather had a tangible presence in our past, then we must reconsider our historical narrative. What does it mean for our understanding of human development, religion, and the very fabric of our history? These questions lead us to a deeper inquiry into the relationship between humanity and the divine. Moreover, as we analyze the physical evidence, we must also consider how mainstream archaeology responds to these claims. Traditional interpretations often clash with theories that suggest alternative histories. This tension between established beliefs and new hypotheses reflects the broader struggle within the academic community, a battle between those who cling to the conventional wisdom and those who seek to expand the boundaries of what we know. For instance, the notion that the Nephilim could be connected to advanced technologies or lost civilizations challenges the status quo. It invites skepticism, but also curiosity. As more evidence comes to light, the academic dialogue continues to evolve. New technologies, such as ground-penetrating radar and advanced dating methods, are allowing archaeologists to explore sites in ways previously thought impossible. These advancements may eventually yield discoveries that could reshape our understanding of the past. In addition to the physical structures, we must also consider the narratives passed down through generations. Oral traditions, myths, and legends often carry kernels of truth, insights into events and beings long forgotten. How do these stories align with the evidence we are uncovering? Are they reflections of real encounters with extraordinary beings, or are they mere products of human imagination? The cultural significance of the Nephilim story suggests that they were not forgotten easily. Their tales have persisted, morphing over time and across cultures. As we continue exploring the evidence, it's crucial to remain open-minded. The interplay between archaeology, ancient texts, and cultural narratives creates a multifaceted picture of our past. Each piece we uncover serves as a reminder of the complexities of human history and the mysteries that still linger. The Nephilim stand as symbolic of our deepest questions about existence, morality, and our place in the universe. If you're intrigued by these connections and want to uncover more about the Nephilim and their potential impact on history, make sure to subscribe for more investigations. Our journey through these ancient mysteries is just beginning. As we proceed, we will examine alternative hypotheses surrounding the Nephilim, exploring how different interpretations can lead to new understandings of our shared past. In conclusion, the exploration of physical evidence related to the Nephilim compels us to confront long-standing assumptions about history and our understanding of humanity's lineage. The stones and structures left behind echo stories of giants, divine encounters, and civilizations that may have walked among us. The journey to uncover the truth continues, and with each discovery we inch closer to understanding the profound implications of the Nephilim narrative. What might we learn from these ancient echoes? How do they shape our beliefs about the past and influence our vision for the future? The stage is set for further exploration, and as we move on, the questions only deepen. The exploration of alternative hypotheses surrounding the Nephilim opens a fascinating dialogue that challenges conventional thinking. As we delve into various interpretations, we encounter a range of theories that suggest the Nephilim were not just mythical figures, but beings with a significant presence in our historical narrative. These theories often evoke imagery of a lost civilization or advanced technologies that outstrip what we typically attribute to ancient cultures. One prominent hypothesis posits that the Nephilim were not merely giants or supernatural beings, but potentially the result of interbreeding between the sons of God and the daughters of men, as described in the Book of Genesis. This idea introduces a genetic component to the narrative, suggesting that these beings might possess qualities beyond those of ordinary humans. If true, it raises critical questions about the nature of humanity itself. What does it mean to be human, and how do we define our limits? As we examine this hypothesis, we find ourselves grappling with its implications. If the Nephilim were indeed a hybrid race, it could suggest that there were once beings who walked the earth with extraordinary abilities and characteristics. This leads us to ponder how such entities could have influenced early civilizations. Did they possess knowledge or skills that allowed them to construct megalithic structures? Were they revered as demigods, shaping religious practices and societal norms? The narrative of the Nephilim, then, becomes a lens through which we can explore the intersection of mythology, history, and human evolution. Moreover, alternative interpretations propose that the Nephilim might have been actual extraterrestrial beings. This theory posits that these entities came from another world, and their arrival on Earth could have been misinterpreted as divine encounters. Such a viewpoint aligns with the ancient astronaut theory, suggesting that advanced beings visited our planet and significantly impacted our development. While this interpretation may evoke skepticism, it is essential to consider the cultural significance of such legends. Across various cultures, the notion of gods descending from the heavens is a recurring theme. Why do these stories persist across time and geography? Could they reflect actual encounters with beings that were perceived as divine? In contrast to these alternative theories, Orthodox perspectives often dismiss the idea of the Nephilim as literal beings, viewing them instead as symbolic representations of moral decay or divine judgment. This perspective holds that the Nephilim serve as cautionary tales, warning against the consequences of human transgression. However, if we accept this interpretation, we must then address the question of why such vivid and lasting narratives emerged. What need do these stories fulfill in our collective consciousness? As we navigate through these competing interpretations, it is crucial to consider the strengths and weaknesses of each theory. The hypothesis positing the Nephilim as a hybrid race invites rigorous examination of ancient texts and archaeological evidence. Yet, It also raises challenges regarding the feasibility of such beings existing alongside our ancestors. How would they have fit into the social structures of their time? What impact would they have had on human development? On the other hand, the extraterrestrial hypothesis presents intriguing possibilities, but often lacks substantial archaeological support. It relies heavily on circumstantial evidence, such as ancient texts that describe encounters with beings from the sky. While these accounts are captivating, they remain speculative without concrete proof. In this context, the Orthodox viewpoint, while traditionally upheld, also faces scrutiny. Dismissing the Nephilim as mere allegory may simplify complex narratives that have persisted for millennia. If these stories have endured, they likely hold a deeper significance that transcends mere morality tales. The challenge lies in reconciling the different perspectives, while remaining open to the possibility that aspects of truth may reside within each interpretation. There's an essential question that emerges from this discourse. How do these theories reflect our understanding of history and humanity? If the Nephilim were real, what does that imply about our origins? Are we to believe that our ancestors were mere mortals? Or could we have shared our world with beings of extraordinary capabilities? As we reflect on these questions, it becomes evident that the narrative surrounding the Nephilim serves as a mirror to our beliefs and fears about the unknown. It challenges us to confront the limits of our understanding and to entertain the possibility that our history may be far more complex than we have been led to believe. If you find these discussions intriguing and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the Nephilim, consider subscribing. Each investigation uncovers new layers of complexity, and together we can explore the rich tapestry of our shared past. With these alternative hypotheses in mind, we can transition toward the final ascent of our investigation. The implications of these theories, alongside the perspectives presented by Pope Francis, create a web of interconnections that beckon deeper inquiry. Are we merely scratching the surface of a much larger narrative that intertwines faith, history, and the very essence of what it means to be human? As we proceed to synthesize these findings, it is imperative to remember that the truth surrounding the Nephilim may not be a singular story, but rather a collection of narratives that weave together to form a larger tapestry of human experience. Each thread represents a possibility, a question, and an invitation to explore the intricacies of our existence. As we prepare to delve into the final scenarios and implications of our investigation, we must keep these interpretations at the forefront of our minds. The journey has only just begun, and with each passing moment we uncover more about the enigmatic beings known as the Nephilim. What mysteries lie ahead? What truths will we uncover as we continue to piece together this ancient puzzle? The answers await us in the unfolding exploration of history and belief, where the lines between myth and reality blur, inviting us to reconsider everything we thought we knew. As we arrive at the final ascent of our investigation, it becomes essential to synthesize the myriad elements we have unraveled in the context of the Nephilim and the implications of Pope Francis's statements. Throughout our exploration, we have examined ancient texts, archaeological evidence, and alternative hypotheses. But what emerges now is a tapestry of potential scenarios regarding the Church's understanding of these enigmatic beings. Pope Francis's remarks in 2019 opened a door to a broader discussion that goes beyond mere theological debate. His acknowledgement of the existence of beings referred to as Nephilim, even if indirectly, invites us to consider the implications of such a statement. It suggests that the Church may possess knowledge that extends beyond traditional teachings. This raises profound questions about the nature of these beings and their influence on human history. Are we merely scratching the surface of a long-hidden truth? Let's consider 3 potential scenarios that emerge from this discourse. First, we could view the Church's acknowledgement of the Nephilim as a recognition of their historical existence. In this scenario, the Church might be preparing its followers for revelations that could reshape their understanding of biblical narratives. If the Nephilim were indeed real entities that interacted with humanity, it would fundamentally alter our perspective on creation, morality, and the history of our civilization. Alternatively, the second scenario posits that the acknowledgement of the Nephilim is a strategic move by the Church to address growing skepticism among believers. In a world increasingly influenced by empirical evidence and scientific inquiries, this approach could serve as a way to bridge faith with emerging knowledge. By recognizing the possible existence of the Nephilim, the Church may be attempting to engage in a dialogue that resonates with modern audiences, fostering a connection between ancient beliefs and contemporary understanding. The third scenario suggests a more complex interplay between faith and knowledge. Here, the Nephilim could serve as a metaphorical representation of the struggles humanity faces when grappling with the unknown. This interpretation would allow the Church to maintain its traditional teachings while also acknowledging the rich tapestry of human experience. The Nephilim might symbolize the moral dilemmas and existential questions that arise from humanity's quest for understanding, serving as a reminder of the potential consequences of our actions. As we delve deeper into these scenarios, We cannot ignore the implications they hold for our understanding of the Church's role in society. If the Church possesses knowledge of the Nephilim, how does this affect its authority? Will it lead to more transparency about other aspects of faith that have historically been shrouded in mystery? These questions invite us to reflect on the broader dynamics of belief, power, and the pursuit of truth. Throughout history, the Church has navigated the delicate balance between faith and reason. The Nephilim narrative adds another layer to this complex relationship. By acknowledging their existence, the Church could be taking a bold step towards reconciling faith with the insights gained from historical and archaeological research. It opens the door to discussions about what it means to have faith in a world where evidence and belief often seem at odds. As we consider these scenarios, it is crucial to remember that they are not mutually exclusive. Each perspective contributes to our understanding of the Nephilim and the Church's role in shaping narratives that influence our interpretation of history. What stands out is the idea that the Church may be more attuned to the complexities of human experience than previously thought. Now, reflecting on these implications, it becomes apparent that our investigation does not merely center on ancient beings or theological debates. It touches upon the essence of human inquiry. The Nephilim narrative serves as a lens through which we examine our beliefs, our fears, and our aspirations. If we engage with these stories thoughtfully, we can uncover deeper truths about ourselves and our place in the broader tapestry of existence. As we reach the conclusion of our investigation, we are left with lingering questions. What can we take away from the Church's acknowledgement of the Nephilim? How do these insights inform our understanding of history and belief? The journey we embarked upon has illuminated not just the mysteries of the Nephilim, but also our own quest for meaning in a complex world. If you find yourself intrigued by these discussions and want to explore more investigations like this, consider subscribing to Stay Connected. Together, we can delve into the rich tapestry of human history, uncovering the mysteries that have shaped our narratives and beliefs. In closing, the exploration of the Nephilim reveals a profound intersection between faith, history, and the human experience. The truths that emerge from this inquiry remind us that the narratives we hold dear are often more complex than they appear. As we ponder the significance of the Nephilim and their place in our understanding of the world, we invite you to reflect on what stands firm in your beliefs and what remains open for discussion. The journey of exploration and understanding continues, beckoning us to seek out the truths hidden within the stories we tell. What are the implications of this ancient tale for our lives today? And, as we engage with these questions, what new insights might we uncover? The mysteries of the Nephilim and the Church's role in them may not be fully unraveled, but they offer a glimpse into the profound complexities of our shared history. Each of us carries the responsibility to question, to seek, and to understand as we navigate the intricate paths of belief and knowledge. As we conclude our investigation into the Nephilim and the implications of Pope Francis's acknowledgement in 2019, it is essential to reflect on the key findings and what they mean for our understanding of both history and belief. The journey we have embarked upon has revealed a complex tapestry woven from ancient texts, archaeological evidence, and theological interpretations that challenge our perceptions of the past. Throughout this inquiry, we uncovered the significance of the Nephilim, beings shrouded in mystery and debated interpretations. The ancient texts, particularly in Genesis, present a narrative that has fascinated scholars, theologians, and curious minds alike. The existence of giants, their interactions with humanity, and the broader implications of their narratives compel us to question the very nature of our beliefs and the history that we accept as truth. Pope Francis's comments about the Nephilim in 2019 sparked renewed interest in these enigmatic figures. His acknowledgement suggests that the Church may hold more knowledge about their existence than is typically shared with the public. This raises important questions. What does the Church know, and how does it shape its teachings? If the Nephilim are indeed a part of our historical narrative, what does that imply about humanity's understanding of the divine and the nature of existence? We explored various scenarios regarding the Church's knowledge of the Nephilim. One possibility is that the Church recognizes the Nephilim as a metaphorical representation of humanity's struggles with morality, existence, and the unknown. This perspective allows the Church to maintain its traditional teachings while acknowledging the complexities of human experience. It serves as a reminder that humanity's quest for understanding often leads to moral dilemmas and existential questions that are difficult to navigate. Another scenario suggests that the Church's acknowledgement of the Nephilim might lead to greater transparency about other aspects of faith. If the Church is willing to discuss the existence of these beings, could it also be open to addressing other historical and theological issues that have been shrouded in mystery? This potential shift could invite more profound discussions about faith, knowledge, and authority within the Church. The third scenario posits that the Nephilim narrative could be a reflection of humanity's collective memory of encounters with extraordinary beings. This perspective challenges us to consider the possibility that there is a historical basis for these stories, inviting us to explore other dimensions of human experience that have been overlooked or dismissed. As we reflect on these scenarios, it becomes clear that our investigation into the Nephilim transcends the mere question of their existence. It encapsulates the essence of human inquiry, the desire to seek answers, to understand our place in the universe, and to grapple with the mysteries of existence. The Nephilim narrative encourages us to engage thoughtfully with our beliefs and to seek deeper truths about ourselves and our shared history. Our exploration also highlighted the interplay between faith and reason, particularly within the context of the Church. By acknowledging the Nephilim's existence, the Church could be taking a significant step toward reconciling faith with the insights gained from historical and archaeological research. This reconciliation opens avenues for discussions about what it means to have faith in a world where evidence and belief often seem at odds. While we have uncovered compelling insights throughout this investigation, it is essential to recognize that many questions remain unanswered. What can we definitively conclude about the Nephilim? How do these insights inform our understanding of history and belief? The journey we have undertaken has illuminated not only the mysteries surrounding the Nephilim, but also the complex relationship between faith, history, and the human experience. If you find yourself intrigued by these discussions and want to explore more investigations like this, consider subscribing to stay connected. Engaging with these narratives allows us to delve deeper into the rich tapestry of human history, uncovering the mysteries that have shaped our beliefs and understanding. In closing, we must emphasize that the exploration of the Nephilim reveals a profound intersection between faith, history, and the human experience. The truths that emerge from this inquiry remind us that the narratives we hold dear are often more nuanced and intricate than they appear. As we ponder the significance of the Nephilim and their place in our understanding of the world, we invite you to reflect on what stands firm in your beliefs and what remains open for discussion. The journey of exploration and understanding continues to beckon us to seek out the truths hidden within the stories we tell. As we wrap up this investigation, one idea lingers. The Nephilim narrative serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of our shared history and the ongoing quest for truth. What are the implications of this ancient tale for our lives today? And, as we engage with these questions, what new insights might we uncover? The mysteries of the Nephilim and the Church's role in them may not be fully unraveled, but they offer a glimpse into the profound complexities of our shared history. Each of us carries the responsibility to question, to seek, and to understand as we navigate the intricate paths of belief and knowledge. The Nephilim, whether seen as literal beings or metaphorical constructs, continue to challenge us to explore the boundaries of what we know and what we believe. What lies ahead in our quest for understanding may surprise us, and the journey promises to be as significant as the truths we uncover along the way.